Have you ever walked into a room and felt like everyone suddenly got quiet, but you're not sure why? That could be what it's like for some foreigners in Poland. They think everything's going great, but little do they know, they're breaking unspoken cultural rules one after another. Today, we're diving into the subtle, surprising, and sometimes awkward things that foreigners do in Poland that Polish people quietly hate, and how you can avoid making the same mistakes. Whether you're planning a visit, moving to Poland, or already living there, these insights will help you actually connect with people instead of being just that foreigner. Stick around until the end. We're covering both the classic blunders and some that even seasoned travelers don't realize they're making. Trust me, this video will save you a ton of embarrassment. Let's start with one of the most common and most irritating things foreigners do in Poland: treating the country like it's still stuck in the past. You'd be shocked how many tourists arrive in Warsaw or Krakow, genuinely surprised that there's high-speed Wi-Fi, modern architecture, luxury malls, and a booming tech scene. Some people act like they're visiting a post-war time capsule, making comments like, "Wow, this is more modern than I expected," or "You have Uber here?" Imagine someone visiting your home country and sounding surprised you have electricity. Yeah, it's insulting. Poland is not some forgotten Eastern Bloc relic. It's an EU nation with thriving cities, strong cultural institutions, and people who take a lot of pride in how far the country has come. When foreigners seem amazed that Poland is nice, it reflects more on their ignorance than on the country itself. Closely tied to that is a major no-go, showing a lack of understanding, or worse, disrespect, for Polish history. Polish people don't expect you to be a historian, but if you confuse Poland with Russia, act like communism was just a phase, or worse, make jokes about Nazis or the Soviet Union, you're going to lose all credibility instantly. This is a country that lost millions of people during World War II. It was occupied, betrayed, divided, and silenced for decades. And that trauma still lives in families, in cities, in culture. It's not ancient history, it's living memory. Joking about Stalin or referencing Russian heritage when talking about Poland is like pouring salt into a very deep wound. Show empathy. If you don't know something, ask with humility, but never act like it's ancient history that doesn't matter anymore. Another thing that gets under people's skin: the way some foreigners react to the Polish language. Yes, it's hard. The sounds are unfamiliar, the spelling seems wild, and words like Szczebrzeszyn look like a keyboard malfunction. But mocking the language or laughing at Polish names is just rude. Polish people don't expect you to speak perfectly. They appreciate any effort at all. But what they don't like is when someone treats the language like a joke. Making fun of names or refusing to even try to pronounce them properly shows a lack of respect. Even just learning to say dzień dobry, hello, dziękuję, thank you, or na zdrowie, cheers, earns you a lot of goodwill. And speaking of language, assuming that everyone should speak English, also not a great move. Yes, many young people in Poland speak English, sometimes very well, but not everyone does, especially in smaller towns or among older generations. Yelling or repeating yourself loudly in English when someone clearly doesn't understand doesn't help. It just makes you look entitled. If you show a little effort in trying Polish, even if it's just key phrases, people appreciate it. It shows that you're not expecting the whole country to bend around you. Let's talk about drinking, because yes, Poles enjoy their vodka and beer and sometimes meat, but there's a line between drinking and being a drunk tourist. Polish people take drinking seriously. There's a tradition to it, a respect even. When someone offers you a drink, there's often a toast involved. There's etiquette, clinking glasses with eye contact, pacing yourself, even knowing when to stop. So when foreigners come in, down 8 shots of żubrówka in 30 minutes and then start shouting in the street, that's not impressive, it's embarrassing. Being loud, disorderly, or disrespectful when drunk is one of the fastest ways to lose the respect of locals. Enjoy the drink, but follow the cultural rhythm. Here's something a lot of people don't realize until it's too late. Don't make fun of Polish food, especially if you haven't even tried it yet. Bigos, pierogi, barszcz, gołąbki, these aren't just meals, they're cultural heirlooms. Families pass recipes down for generations, so when someone turns up their nose or says something like "Ew, cabbage again?" that's not just rude, it's offensive. Sure, the flavors might be different from what you're used to, more earthy, sour, or savory, but dismissing it outright without even tasting it, that's how you alienate people quickly. Try it, talk about it, ask how it's made. Food is one of the best ways to connect with Polish people, not distance yourself from them. Another surprising pet peeve? Bad queue etiquette. This might sound small, but it matters. In Poland, people queue up for the bus, at the bakery, in the pharmacy, and they expect others to do the same. Pushing ahead, cutting in line, or acting like your time is more valuable than everyone else's is going to get you glares, and sometimes a sharp word or two. Public space in Poland comes with a sense of shared order, and respecting that earns you a lot more than just a spot in line. It shows you're not the kind of foreigner who treats every country like it's yours to dominate. Now let's talk about public displays of affection. In some countries, it's totally normal to kiss passionately on the street or cuddle intensely in public. In Poland, people tend to be a bit more reserved. Hand-holding is totally fine, and you'll definitely see couples being affectionate. But full-on makeout sessions in the middle of the tram or overly steamy behavior in a park, that will get you some serious side-eye. And in more conservative areas like small towns or religious neighborhoods, it could cause offense. Being mindful of your surroundings is key. Religion, of course, is still a major part of Polish life, especially Catholicism. Even if you're not religious, you should respect sacred spaces like churches. That means dressing appropriately, staying quiet during services, and not treating churches like tourist attractions. Some churches are fine with respectful photography, others are not. If there's a sign, follow it. Poles don't expect you to share their beliefs, but they do expect you to respect them. And one last thing, and this is especially important if you plan on living in Poland or staying long-term, don't constantly compare Poland to your home country. Saying things like, "In America we do this," or "This would never happen in the UK," might feel innocent to you, but it often comes across as arrogant. If you chose to come to Poland, it should be because you are curious, open-minded, and willing to learn, not just here to judge. If you've made it this far into the video, you're not just a casual tourist, you're someone who wants to connect more deeply with Polish people and culture, and that makes all the difference. So here's the deal. If you're enjoying content like this and want more real, culturally grounded insights, consider joining the channel membership. You'll get exclusive content, early access to new uploads, and behind-the-scenes posts. Plus, you're supporting deeper, more thoughtful videos that go beyond surface-level travel tips. And if that's your vibe, you're exactly the kind of person we want to build this community with. Thanks for watching, and remember, every culture has its own rhythm, but respect, curiosity, and humility, those translate everywhere. Safe travels, and see you in the next video.